Hey everybody, it's me Lucas LDG and welcome back to another Lego video. And in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Marvel Thor Love and Thunder, the Goat Boat set. This is a set 76208 and it's recommended for 8 plus, and it has a total of 5 minifigures, which are Thor, Jane Foster's Mighty Thor, and then there's Valkyrie, Korg, and the villain Gore the God Butcher. So let's take a look at the figures first and then the build itself. The first minifigure that I'll be taking a look at is the main villain of this movie, which is Gore the God Butcher, which this does also come in the other Thor Love and Thunder set, which, so yeah, this is an exclusive, but it's still a pretty nice figure nonetheless. You can see that he has this, I guess, sort of like a white robe kind of design here. It does look kind of like a mummy's design to it with like the wrapping and everything, but in the movie, he's not really a mummy. He's kind of like an alien kind of character. I do wish there was some leg printing for like that continued, as a continued printing for like his little, I guess, cloak kind of design to him, like the little robe that he has. And you can see that there is also some printing on the back as well. Some, it appears to be like dirt spots or like dirt prints on the actual figure. And you can see the head is just on like a plain gray head base, although it does have some nice scar printing. It seems like it to him, and even has like a different color eyes. These are like orange eyes, which is kind of interesting. I really do like that. And his sword is just a plain black sword. It's supposed to represent the Necro sword, which does play into the actual Thor Love and Thunder movie. I won't spoil much, but yeah, that's really it for this figure. And the next minifigure is Thor. And this is also a figure that does appear in the other Thor Love and Thunder set, but that's alright because it's still a really nice design. I really do love this figure. You can see it does have some nice armor detailing, which is different from the other Thor figures. It's more colorful this time with a lot of gold and blue and a bit of silver splashed onto it, which I do really like how that looks. The build for his axe, which is the Stormbreaker, it is also a little bit different. Instead, they actually used the telescope piece as a little handle, and they also changed the back piece. Now, instead of just using a stud, they use this they use this like cone kind of piece here that just attaches to this clip piece on the back, and that does also work pretty well. And just uses the regular axe head piece for the front. And you can see the printing on the back of the figure, which you can take a better look at by removing the hairpiece. You can see it just has some more of that armor detailing to it. His face print is the same hairpiece that they used in the Infinity Saga sets, but that's alright because it's a very accurate Thor design. And on the back, you can see that he does have a bit of lightning bolts coming out of that. And his hairpiece is the Qui-Gon Jinn hairpiece in a blonde color, which is pretty accurate to Thor, although I feel like they could have fixed it a little bit, maybe cut out these parts here at the end and make a different mold, but that's alright. Next minifigure is Korg, and this is different from the one that we got in that other Infinity Saga set from 2021, because this has a bit of like different shoulder pad detailing and other armor plating and such. You can see his accessory here is this little, I guess, sort of gun kind of weapon thing with like a lightsaber hilt at the end and just a couple studs stacked on top of it. The rest of the figure is also really awesome. This is actually exclusive to the set, which is nice. You can see that it has a very kind of rocky design with a sand blue base to it. And then you can see there's just some padding and stuff added onto it, as well as this little fur coat here that just goes over the head, which is nice. You can see the face print, once again, has kind of that rocky detailing kind of design, which is accurate to the actual character. You can see on the back, he has another happy smile, except this time it's like a closed mouth. And even the head attachment as well. It is exclusive to this minifigure, I believe, or did it also come into that other Infinity Saga set, I believe. But yeah, that's it for Korg. Pretty nice figure. Next up is Jane Foster, and you guys are probably wondering why she has the Thor armor and Thor's Mjolnir hammer. It's something that just plays out in the movie. I'm not going to spoil it here. But you can see she does have, like I said, some kind of Thor, similar armor to Thor, except it's not as colorful as you can see. And she does have this normal hammer piece, which is meant to represent Mjolnir. But in the trailers, you could see that Mjolnir is more cracked up and stuff, which it doesn't really have all those cracks and stuff showing in for like as printing here. So I do wish they included that to make it more accurate. You can see some more armor detailing on there. And the helmet is actually new. It's a new mold, like a helmet hair design to it. And you can see the face print is a face print they use in like Black Widow and like a couple Star Wars figures. And on the back, you can see some more padding detail to it. And yeah, you can see that this helmet is, of course, dual molded, which I do like. And it even has some printing there. and it just slips onto the figure really nicely. And that's it for this minifigure. And the last minifigure is Valkyrie here, which this is another exclusive design, exclusive to the set. We do have Valkyries in like other Lego sets. I believe we got one in the Lego Marvel What If sets, as well as the Thor Ragnarok sets. But this one is exclusive for Thor Love and Thunder, which I do really like. You can see once again has some nice armor padding detailing to it. It's also continued onto the legs, which I do like. It's some really nice smooth printing. You can see her sword kind of weapon here. It's kind of like a dagger in a way. Her face print is actually, I believe it's new and exclusive to this figure. I don't know if it's appeared in any other sets that I know of so far. And you can see on the back, it does have kind of like a more like a closed mouth expression. You can see on the back once again. And the cape is actually blue this time. It's not a red cape as the others. And you can see her hairpiece is actually also new and exclusive to this set, which I do really like. It's very accurate to Valkyrie. And that's it for all the minifigures in the set. So here is the build for the Goat Boat. And I love that title so much. The name, the Goat Boat. I don't know, it just has a fun ring to it. So you can see that the overall designs gives off kind of like a Viking boat kind of build to it, which I do really like because it's just a nice kind of reference to like the Lego Vikings theme that we got a long time ago, and it's kind of a cool reference in my opinion. And you can also see that there's an extra attachment right here for, of course, what puts the goat in the Goat Boat name of the set, which of course these really blocky mechanical looking goats, which I don't know, it just doesn't look like a normal goat, because in the movies it's sort of like an alien kind of goat. But I don't know, this looks very like a robot, which I don't know, doesn't really look that good. It's very blocky. You can see like even the arm pieces that they use here doesn't look like, it looks very robotic to me, definitely. And like the body is like really thin and stuff. I don't know, it just doesn't really look that great. It looks kind of bad in my opinion. I think they could have just used like a different molding to it. But you can see that, yes, the face prints thankfully are just printed on there, which that's good to hear. But I don't know, it just seems too blocky to me, and it doesn't really look that good in my opinion. And this actually just attaches to these pole connections right here on the side. So yes, you can easily remove these goats because they just slip on to a Technic axle right there. And that can also just detach on itself because it just goes onto this little pole piece, and you can simply reattach your goat characters on there, simply like so. You can see it just attaches on that axle right there, which is above these two stickers here, which don't really do much. Now taking a look at the main boat build, you can see it's kind of plain. There's not really anything going on here at the deck of the boat. There's just a lot of standing room for your figures, which is nice, but I don't know, I kind of wish that they included something else, like, I don't know, because it seems very plain. Like, if you displayed it on its own, it does look nice, but it just seems kind of empty here. I mean, there is some, like, interior stuff here in this middle part, but it's still not much. It's kind of just one really long walkway. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of wish they added some kind of detailing here. Starting at the front of the boat, you can see that there is an interesting sticker right here, which, if you look closely, it looks kind of like an Iron Man arc reactor. You can actually see that on both sides, so maybe it's like a reference to Iron Man, I'm not sure. Here, in between those two pillars, in a way, is actually a space for you to clip on the Stormbreaker, which is why, I guess that's kind of why they changed the handle. So you can clip on the Stormbreaker there, and that does come into play in the actual movie. And it just sticks onto that robot arm, that Star Wars droid armor, I believe, and it just clips onto there. These areas here of the pillars kind of just move up and down, but they don't really do anything. It's just there for display, which you can see has these kind of antlers in gold here. Behind there, once again, is just one big walkway, one big area for you to just display your figures if you want to. You can actually fit all of the characters in this set on there any way you want to, and it is really nice. It does give a lot of space for your characters, although once again it would have been nice if they added some extra details. You can see on the side there are a lot of these cockpit kind of panels across here. This one here says Asgard Tours and like Ager or something. I don't know if that's not, I don't know what that means, but Asgard Tours, I guess it's like a tour boat. You can see it on the other side, and on both sides there's also this kind of shield piece right here, which just attaches, just clips on like that. And you can see there's like various designs here, which gives us a nice Viking vibe that I do really like. And once again, like I said, it is found on both sides. Moving on to the middle side of the boat, there is this little cabin slash hut kind of design to it, which I do really like. And it just has a really nice roof design. I love the roof design here. It looks really smooth and really nice, because I feel like in other older designs it would just be a very blocky roof, but this one is really smooth. I really do like it, and it just simply attaches through these shield pieces right here, which is just on a clip, so you can move it up and down, which I do really love. It's very smooth, and you can see there is some space for figures there. Probably like 1 or 2 figures can fit in there. You can see there's a tile that says New Asgard, plus this little gem here and a bottle, it seems like it. On the opposite side, there is some kind of golden build here, plus a fire extinguisher piece, and that's really it. They just go on clips, and yes, there's nothing in the middle, and yeah, it just attaches through this kind of doorway frame kind of build. So it's a pretty stable build. It's not the kind of thing that just like easily removes and stuff, so it's very stable. I do like that. And you can just simply fold it up, and you can see how it looks on the outside. It does look really nice. I really do love how that looks. It's very smooth. And moving on to the very back of the boat, once again there has another stickered panel. This time it says 21 on it, and it's also the same on both sides. And this time, instead of these weird antler thingies, this time it actually has like snakes, like a snake statue kind of thing towards this pillar, to this area here in the end, which I really love the greeble detailing of these pillar like designs to it. It does look really nice, and that's just attached on clips. And yeah, once again, there's not really any space for anything here. It's just kind of a minifigure area. I guess there's nothing really attached to the back, although there are some clips here, so I guess you could put some accessories on it. And looking at the underside of the build, you can see that it does use a lot of these panel like pieces here, which are really just on clips, but they don't really move. It's just there to give it the actual set like a whole structure and everything, which I do like. You can also see that there are these little booster-like designs to it on the bottom, 4 of those, which are just represented by these translucent blue studs, and it just gives off kind of a nice feel to it, but I don't know, it doesn't really add too much. But yeah, either way, that is really it for the builds of this set. Let's take a look at the box, and then I will give to you guys my final thoughts of the set. So here's the box of the set. You can see it does follow that kind of nice design here with like the comic book art here. It's a very colorful box, definitely. You can see on the side it has like your characters here, and on the back you can see that it does show a bit of the play features as well as the set in another angle here, as well as the ghosts kind of just hanging out. And you can see it also does have an artwork of the characters, this time in their Lego forms, which is pretty cool. So overall, I think that the set is actually pretty good. For the most part, the boat build design gives off a really nice Viking vibe to me, as I've reiterated throughout this video. It's really awesome. I love the design of the boat. I love the color scheme as well, and the various references to like the different MCU movies with the stickers and stuff, such as the Iron Man kind of design here, and even like a reference to, I believe, Avengers Endgame with the new Asgard map inside this little hut, which I gotta say the hut build is also really awesome. I really love how it looks. It's very stable, and the roof design as well is really smooth, and it does work really well. I really love that. The minifigures as well are pretty good. I think they're just about perfect, although I kind of wish Thor had like a new face print to him. Or sorry, not a new face print, a new hairpiece to it, because while the Qui-Gon hair may work for the most part, I feel like there are like these tip area right here at the ends. I don't know, it doesn't really fit Thor too much, and even on the back here, Thor doesn't really have a ponytail in the movie, so it doesn't really fit too much. I feel like they could have given him a new hairpiece. And the main problem really is actually the goats, because the goats look too much robotic to me. It doesn't look real. It doesn't look like an organic goat. It doesn't look like an actual goat, because in the movie it really is just an actual goat. It's not a robot or anything. But in the set, it makes it look like a robot, which, I don't know, it looks pretty bad in my opinion. But that's really the main problem of this set. Other than that, the set's pretty good. I love it. But yeah, that's really it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.